Welcome back to Mass Appeal. The Normal Heart, it unfolds like a real-life political thriller. But the best part, it's right here, Western Massachusetts.
It sure is. Joining us to share more about their upcoming production is director Mark Giza and lead actress Paula Cortis. Welcome. Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having us back again.
Good to be here.
Great.
We love community theater, especially when it's more like Broadway, right? When it's more like New York. So, Mark, tell us about this show, The Normal Heart.
Well, it's one that I read a few years ago and couldn't put down. It's about the early 80s in New York and a strange new disease that started hitting young gay men and was not diagnosed as AIDS yet. And Larry Kramer, a great playwright, did his whole life and put it into this story. And it is his story unfolding and his friends and how it gets political and cover-ups. And it's wonderful. It's heartbreaking, it's funny, and I think it's a play that everybody really, really should see. It's that important.
It's interesting, though. I think a lot of times we hear about shows that are musicals or they're lighthearted or family-friendly, and it's not often we get to see that edge-of-your-seat suspense thriller live on stage in Western Mass.
Absolutely, and it's written so beautifully. The characters are all written so beautifully. There's 8 men and 1 lovely lady playing the doctor, and how they'll interact, the friends and the timing, and I have the best actors in this show. It's by the end we're all pretty much drained. But it's a wonderful, wonderful performance.
Oh, what's it like being the only female in the cast? Let's talk about the process and the procedure so far. And are you excited for opening night?
I'm definitely excited. It's fantastic, actually, being the only female.
I'm sure you have your own dressing room to yourself. You don't have to share it with anybody.
The greenhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great cast. The guys are all wonderful, you know, very, very talented. So it's been fun, but it's also been very challenging. It's great.
Now tell us about your character.
I play Emma, Dr. Emma Bruckner. And she is based on a real person who was the doctor who basically handled all of this in the early 80s, Linda Laubenstein. She's no longer with us. She passed away in '92, but she was a polio victim. So I'm in an electric wheelchair, which is pretty exciting and challenging, but
yeah. Wow. So this is a heavy show. It's definitely a date night out for adults. It's not necessarily a family show. So it's, but I think it's nice to see something like that here and not have to travel to New York to see it off Broadway or something like that.
I think the important part of this show is there's so much homophobia still. And I think it's very important for parents to see this show if they have a gay teen or someone they're trying to deal with issues, because they're right out there. The language is a little salty and it is an adult show, you know, but it's a very important show about love and respect and respecting everybody's life choices.
I think we can all use a lesson in that, right?
Absolutely.
Something that we can all definitely would love to see.
And it documents such an intriguing time. The 80s in New York was such a, and with the AIDS epidemic coming to the forefront, it was such a wild time that doesn't really get enough press. So I'm glad that we're putting it on display and kind of turning it around so everybody can see it on stage.
It was on Broadway in 2011 in a revival and won the Tony, and then they did an HBO special with Mark Ruffalo and Julia Roberts that aired in May, but I had signed the contract actually 2 months before. Then they did that.
They scooped you.
They scooped me.
You've been scooped.
Do you believe that?
I'm furious for you.
They read your diary.
Calling
They read my diary.
Oh my goodness. Well, we want to come and see it.
Yes.
So where do we go and when?
It opens October 23rd, and it runs for 8 performances at the Greenhouse Theater in Hampden, where we did Picnic last year. And big note to everybody, there's now indoor plumbing. It's very exciting.
Good.
Yes, it's very, very big.
So
Michael Cimino did a wonderful job. And we also, it's a very intimate spot. You come in and laugh and cry with us and learn about a very dark period that was made very, very special by these people.
And it's one thing to watch a movie, it's one thing to watch it on HBO, but seeing it live, theater, right in front of you, there's something about that that's different than any other medium. If you don't watch a lot of theater, you should absolutely do it.
And her monologue, and there's some other actors that have fantastic monologues that go right to your heart.
Sounds amazing. Well, thank you, Mark and Paula, for
you're
being here to
welcome.
tell us
Thank
about
you.
it.
You're welcome.
Break a leg.
Appreciate it.
You're
Thank
gonna
you.
be fantastic. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks, guys.